biographical presentation covers the great and influential Abigail Adams.
The two sources that we're going to use is one book called Abigail and John Adams, The Americanization of Sensibility by J.G. Barker Benfield. And our second source is The First Ladies from Martha Washington to Michelle Obama by Betty Caroli.
Abigail Adams was an influential woman of the 1800s that fueled the women's rights movement.
Welcome to today's morning segments. We're here today with Elyssa Preito. She partakes in the Women's March. Before we get to know her, we have a little special for you. We're going to bring back Abigail Adams. Yes, the Abigail Adams. Welcome, Abigail. Tell us something about yourself. Tell us about your childhood.
My parents are William Smith and Elizabeth Quincy. I was born on November 11th, 1744, in Weymouth, Massachusetts.
Okay.
I was not very educational. I only knew two languages, which were Chinese and English.
Wow, that's...
And I'm not going to demonstrate. I don't want to embarrass y'all. But anyways, I was not very social because I was not very literate, and I kind of just stayed in my home with my parents.
Wow, okay. If I'm not mistaken, you were married to the former President John Adams. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh.
We got married in 1764, and we had 5 wonderful children.
So, is it true that you wrote over 1,000 letters to him?
1,100 to be exact.
Okay.
I wrote in these letters information stressing the fact that women in this era needed to be heard and needed to have equal rights, and my letters were, thankfully, for my husband paying attention to me, were the very beginning of the women's equal rights.
All right. Well, that's very interesting. We're going to bring back Elyssa Preito, who, 1, is a big fan of you, and 2, is currently participating in the women's rights movement.
Okay.
Welcome back, Elyssa.
Thank you for having me.
Abigail, this is Elyssa. Elyssa, Abigail.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, why don't we have a gentle argument, see what we compare and contrast. Okay, Elyssa, how do you feel about jobs?
I feel like jobs for today's women in today's society are not very plentiful, and we don't have equal pay, and we just need to improve the work environment. Everything that has to do with women in jobs is just horrible compared to what men's standards are.
Okay. How do you feel about that?
What's your definition of jobs not being very plentiful?
Just any job that a woman wants, they cannot get it at the same rate as a man can. Like, they're just, more jobs are going to men rather than women.
Yeah, well, that is an issue because although y'all do get a lot more chances to work and be in the working industry, I do see where women today would probably still see that as an issue. Women back then would have seen today's privileges as an award for actually being here. So I can see where you could be grateful.
You ready? Okay, that was interesting about jobs. Why don't we go a little deeper and talk about the leadership roles in jobs?
Well, just as Abigail Adams experienced, women are experiencing the same thing. We do not have leadership roles. The men are dominant in leadership positions. Like, for instance, in our region here, oil field, we do not see any oil field women who are bosses or even managers.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. I'm
it's
just
okay.
laughing because
It's just such a disgrace.
it's crazy to just know that, like, you would hope that things would have changed by now. And, yeah, as you're telling me, they just really haven't.
No, they have not.
Okay.
Sir.
Let's move on to our next topic. Reproductive health care. That could be a sensitive topic, but let's cover it.
It is a very sensitive topic in today's society. Women are not getting the health care that they need when it comes to pregnancy. Just there's so many different places to go, but none will accept certain payments. And that's where a lot of the controversy of Planned Parenthood comes in. That's just, of course, you don't know what Planned Parenthood is, but.
Well,
Oh well, that I don't very much agree with. I believe that that's an issue that if you spend time arguing about now, you're gonna forever be arguing about it. It's an issue that's forever gonna be here. It's an issue that was here whenever women in my era were being pregnant, and and you just kind of have to live with it. It's not an issue that can really be resolved.
okay, let's move on to a topic that y'all may or may not disagree on. So y'all's march started roughly when Donald Trump's election, or after his election.
Yes, after he got elected as
Okay.
president.
Oh, Abigail, you don't know who Donald J. Trump is, aka the Donald. He is a multi-billionaire. Recently ran for presidency. Prior to this, he has no political experience. He is strictly against immigration. He says he is all for everybody's rights, but recent gestures and foul language says otherwise. What do you think? Why are y'all against Trump?
Donald Trump claims that he's for everyone. However, he's not. He goes against women constantly, and he degrades them in many different ways. And as for immigration, he says that he's wanting to immigrate any person who's not an American, but he goes specifically for Mexicans. And being a Mexican woman, I feel very degraded by Donald Trump.
Okay. I know you don't know much about him, but from what you've heard, what do you think? Well, you were married to a president, so you do know how and just how a president should do or how he should act.
I think that what he's doing is beneficial for the country as a whole. I believe that if I understand where women or Mexicans, as you were saying, should probably fight for more because they're being downgraded or whatever the case may be. But you also have to understand that as a president, and as being the wife of a president, I saw it firsthand, that a president cannot just pay attention to one certain group their entire presidency. You have to pay attention to the country and also do what is best for the country, even if that means stepping on other people's feet. In this case, women and Mexican. And as a woman, just continue to fight for what you think you deserve.
Okay. Well, Elyssa, would you like to say anything before Abigail goes back to her grave?
Yes, Abigail, thank you. That is why I joined the march, was to fight for women's rights and for everybody's rights.
Good. Okay. Oh, it has been another morning segment. See you next time.